that's whose name I drew out. So what I want you to do now is, because I heard a lot of noise, time, whatever, and rather than us go down that den of, yeah, it was time, I want you, if someone says time, and you're coming up later, I want you to think of some solution strategies that you could use moving forward. All right? Does that make sense? So take it away, Ann. We have 10 minutes for this, so go ahead.
Okay, one thing I said is not just like, I learned how important it is to be strict on station time. Like, technically I was supposed to be running the timer, and every time I tried to make it loud, it wasn't loud enough. Just like, now knowing those things.
All right, great.
So we also, or I guess obviously I was in the same group, but we also had the issue with time, and I feel like better rehearsing and being strict with timers would be more effective, and then also the noise level and possibly having like bigger groups with like less stations, or possibly like taking a group to the hallway, or like having a group like work by themselves and like giving them like really good instruction of what to do, so that way they could like work independently, and then that would also help keep the noise level down.
Great, thank you. Matter of fact, think of that last fall. That's what one of the groups did. They had 2 people, but they had 3 stations, and one was an independent station. It was awesome. Okay, thank you.
I know one thing Garrett and I talked about was there's a lot of different teaching styles. Like even within the groups, like everyone has their own teaching style. So if you're in a group or you're not, like everyone's just going to teach their own, and that's not a bad thing. Like it's good to have that diversity.
And is it good to stretch your wings and try some different methods of teaching? Okay. I'm going to scrunch around and thank you.
Another thing that Jordan and I talked about was all like the little different activities we did throughout the all the different days of teaching and stuff like that. And I mean, just like even like the heads up game that you guys had was like a nice little quick way of getting everybody to work together and communicate. And I don't know, I thought it was a lot of fun. So just learning about all the different types of group activities you can do in the future was something really nice to learn.
Yeah, I learned there are like a lot of different ways you can teach a lesson, and you can be creative with it. So I thought that was cool.
I guess from our group, we just you don't anticipate everything that you need to anticipate until you actually do it. And I think there's a lot to be said about reflection and using experience as a teacher, because there were things that we probably could have like changed to make it a little bit better, but we learned that after the fact. So I think it's always keep in mind that teaching is an art and that you're always learning and growing.
As for me, I learned that prior assumptions don't necessarily pertain. Like, speaking of professionalism, when I was in business school, it was a lot of seminars and stuff, and they were usually bland and dry, but to be able to come and do something with professionalism that was a little bit more engaging was actually quite interesting.
Yeah, I guess like, and it was on somebody's domain too, like the need to be flexible. I think like it's easy to like get stuck in your head and want everything to be right and rigid, but like being like right, if you will, and I know this is making no sense, can sometimes like be you having to be flexible and adapting like while teaching in the process.
Yeah, I kind of said similar. I think, like Megan said, hindsight is 2020. So our group was concerned that we were going to run out of time, but we actually ended up having a little extra time. So I think, like I said to Alicia, we could have planned more, and if we didn't get to everything on the lesson plan, then that's fine. We covered what we needed to.
I've heard a lot about, direct instruction. We had a lot of material to get through. And that's one of the issues in education. People think, oh, I've got to cover this, which I do not like. Don't use that word cover. But think about what you could have done instead of just telling your students. If you didn't do that, because when it comes, not everybody has their feedback, but that was one of the issues, was they talked at us. Not everybody, but so just think, what could we do? What do you think? And you could just raise your hand and we'll bring you the Beanie Baby, and Garrett or Kenzie will turn the thing around, and I'll just add some more time. Not on that. I'd use my other timers, because I'm going to take 5 minutes at least to talk about this. Because you're all going to be teaching again. Remember that? And I want you to be moving forward with what you've learned from this first experience in our classroom. This is a safe environment. It's okay to fail in here. That's how we learn. And nobody really failed. You did, you learned. So. Okay. It's going to be the brave one.
Yes. When we're teaching, it's all about relationships, and if you don't have that relationship with your students, I think activities are a good way to kind of bring them and make them active in their own learning, and taking into consideration that we're learning just as much from them, and so we can take things that they really like and apply it into our teaching and make it interactive. You don't necessarily have to role play all the time or do certain activities all the time, because that gets stagnant as well. But bring them in and ask them, do you like getting up out of the classroom and out of your seats? Do you like doing certain things? And then applying that to your teaching and just kind of making it where they feel comfortable to have a conversation in class. Because I know, from our teaching in here, and being the student, and getting talked at and not really getting to participate in discussion, I zone out, And so if I can get the opportunity to have a Socratic discussion with my peers, that's how I retain information. And so direct instruction doesn't work for me, because I'm just oh, whatever,
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Someone else. Oops, not here. Garrett, got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. It's pretty tough. Megan kind of hit the nail on the head.
Is there anything else you can think of?
So, trying to think of something, but Megan really said it right. Just having a nice balance. You don't want to get too stagnant with activities. But you also want to get your lessons, in. But I also am the same way with lecturing. I'll just zone off and I'll just be like, yeah, I really don't really care. I can look at this another time, or I can do this another time. So, just finding ways to constantly keep your students engaged, I feel, is really the top-notch way to do it. And discussion's a really good way to do that, because everybody gets to personally say what they feel, and then from there they can see what else somebody has to say, and then might go into their brain.
Thank you. Ariel.
Yeah, I guess going back to what Megan said about group discussions, I really, really like group discussions, but I think that they need to be well planned out and have good perhaps guiding questions ahead of time, because something that I notice a lot with group conversations is people will just say the same thing 10 times in different words, and items like that, or like they might not always inspire like deeper thinking about whatever item is being discussed. So like having.
So what do you suppose was something that I learned through this first part of the activity? This is the first time I've done this activity. And that's what you do. You just learn always. So what do you think?
You gave us too much time.
Aha, there was too much time. Thank you, group that got finished early, but that's how you learn. It's like, all right, so that being said, for our next part, what we're going to do is we are now going to take and put the parts in each of the domains. So I've got a piece of poster paper for you. I'd like for you to make, when you get into your groups, to make a poster about that particular domain. So at your groups, decide which domain you want to choose, which, since we're short one person over here, the domain they don't choose is going to have extra work because there's not another person there. You won't have extra work. It's whatever one you don't choose. Does that make sense? So let's take a minute. No, let's take 30 seconds. Decide out which one you're going to do. Professional responsibilities, classroom environment.
Alright, I got a question.
All righty.
So are you picking one of the?
One of the domains, right? With your work.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, so we just pick a domain, and
Right.
then are we going to move to
Yep.
tables?
Yep.
still?
So right now we're just picking the domain, okay? And then we'll move, okay? I just want you to pick the domain. Got your domain?
Also, we all pick one.
Right.
Do you want us to pick the one that we taught?
No,
or-
I don't want you to pick. Thank you. That's a good question. Do not pick the one that you taught, please, because you already have that background knowledge. Stretch yourself. So does that make sense? No classroom environment. No classroom environment. No planning and preparation. Okay.
Oh, wait, do we have to delete this?
Okay. So now, once you've got that, what I want you to do is you'll go to the number where your domain is. So, professional responsibilities, if that's what you chose, you'll come up to this table. If you chose classroom environment, you'll go back to that table. If you have planning and preparation, you'll come up to this table. And if you have instruction, you'll go back to that table. So let's get up and let's do our moving. Okay. So yeah, you can do classroom environment.
How's it going?
Right. And then you'll go to. That's why I was saying, Lily and Daxton, you cannot do classroom
We thought we
environment.
had to kind of see.
No. We're doing a backwards jigsaw in a sense. Because you separated them out. And so that means we have professional responsibilities left, or is this, which one's left? Instruction? Okay, all right. Thank you. All right, so let's listen up, please.
4, 10, 5.
Let's listen. So you're making a poster about your domain, and I'd like for you to put these little cards off to the side that represent the component of that domain. Does that make sense? So you're making a poster of the smart card, but then you are going to tape these to the side of it to show, because it's showing. Why would I do that? Ask you to do that.
Giving us examples.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. There are examples of each of those. And we're going to hang them in our beautiful classroom. Okay? So, there should be some markers in the blue if you need some more. But first off, start with deciding which component each of the cards are located in. so you are instruction, right? Here you are, instruction. You have 3 extra ones because we're short one person, okay?